Welcome to the Texas Goat Radio Show. I'm your host, Pretorius. This is part 2 of the 1782 live stream by Owen Benjamin. If you haven't yet, which it just started, go ahead and hit that like button if you would.
That's right. Like you go into the store and there's a bag of chips and it looks like Doritos, but it's not Doritos. It's got like chia seeds in it and it's called something like Nathaniel's Harvest or some They all have the same two little sections written on the back of them. They always have our story and then below that, our promise to you. That's how you know they're going to taste awful. Because things that taste good don't have multiple treatises written on them. It would be cool if they did, though. It'd be cool if Coca-Cola had like an evil version of those two little sections. Like you turned around a can of Coke and it was like our story. The original formula was created in the year 1880 by a morphine-addicted ex-Confederate general who thought that it could cure syphilis. Since then, our little family has grown. And we are now part of the same multinational conglomerate.
Oh, wow. So he saw this, and then so he did his little Coca-Cola stint yesterday. Straight up ripped this dude off. His story, his joke, whatever. And then acted like he came across it after he, without really, that's what I think happened. He came across this because somebody in his comment section said that they sent this to him last Friday. And so he, and that's what's terrible about this guy, Owen Benjamin, is because if this is true, this is speculation. If you go to his Instagram and he posted this, he just said hilarious, didn't give the guy's name at all. If you go through the comments section, people gave his name before he did this live stream. So he had access to the name, even if he himself couldn't find it. But somebody sent him this last week. He saw this bit, did part of a live stream about it the day before yesterday, and then now he's showing his comedy on his stream without giving him credit. I'm going to pause this and so I can get his name real quick. So this guy's name is Taylor Rogers on Instagram. So it's Taylor Rogers, thought leader in the marketplace of ideas, comedy special out now on YouTube, Bandcamp. And this is his Instagram. Shout out to him. Something that Owen Benjamin was far too busy or for whatever reason would not throw his name out there. So once again, Taylor Rogers is who this comedian is.
They sold chemical weapons to both sides during World War II. They made us take the cocaine out, but it's still pretty fucked up. Our promise to you. If you try to unionize one of our bottling plants, we will fucking you.
So he's realized that there are enough people out there that are watching him that's just going to call him out on certain things. And so he's just going to go ahead and put it out there himself, at least right now. Do I think that he's probably going to go back to just stealing other people's content? Probably, just because that's who he is and he can't get away from it. But he still has that part of the selfish, greedy, nasty, disgusting, grifting, whatever, that he couldn't even put his name on it whenever he put it on his own Instagram. And even on this live stream right now, did he have time to get this guy's name? Yes. Could he have asked people on Instagram, hey, track this guy's name down for me if you would? Yeah, he could have. People did that without even being asked to. That's how I got the name, because it's in his Instagram 17 hours ago, before he did this live stream. Taylor Rogers is this guy's name.
It's so true. Our promise to you. They literally will kill you with death squads if you try to unionize. They sold weapons to Hitler and the Allies. I mean, they intentionally make children obese starting from the time they're.
So is that a just payment to this guy, Taylor Rogers? He did most of a live stream based on his joke. So he stole his bit, stole the premise of it. I'm not saying that Taylor Rogers originated the thought of looking into Coca-Cola, but just knowing the character of Owen Benjamin, I think that's within reason. But then giving him, he didn't even really give him a shout out. People had to work to figure out who he was, and he could have just went ahead and put his name out there, and he chose not to. Is that justifiable? I don't think so.
And it's hilarious. All right, I've been a little hard on old Squirtus Stone lately. What's this guy's name? I don't know. People send me these clips and I don't even know who these people are.
He could have. Like I said, it was 17 hours ago from this time. And it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning here. Went to sleep early. Well, I didn't even go to sleep early. I just slept until I woke up. But And so 17 hours ago, yeah, he very well could have figured the guy's name out.
And there's no way to look it up. Like, I was trying to find the rest of that dodgeball video for 20 minutes, which is a long time to spend on something so stupid. And I was Googling dodgeball, woman hit in face, gay walk.
Notice he didn't say how long he was trying to figure out the guy's name. He just said the dodgeball thing.
And nothing. It was just clips of the movie Dodgeball. Like, I can't find shit. That's why I rely on you guys. Okay, moving on.
Unless it's spoon fed to him through somebody else's podcast that he watches, he can't find anything.
Codsworth, shall we do the super chats, and then I'm gonna highlight all of Squirted Stone's incredible accomplishments, because I think I have been a little hard on the alpha.
See, it's kind of crazy how he points fingers and says they're going to talk about me forever. Jim Bob's going to talk about me forever. And if you've caught Jim Bob's live streams lately, no, he ain't. Even before lately, every once in a while, and that's one of the I don't want to call it a bit. Would it be a bit? No, it'd be kind of. One of the segments of his show is cults. This is a cult, so of course he's going to be talking about this. But is it 100% his content? No, it's not. Is it 100% my content? Right now, it's pretty darn close. I would say yeah, for the sake of arguing. Yeah. But I've been working on some other stuff, and yeah. But
well, it turns out he's actually quite a legend. Nathaniel's Naturals. Okay, 1 second. There we go. Born again bear coming in hot. The point of Jesus is that he was not God nor to be worshipped as such, but instead respected as the Son, Word, Law of God, personified as a man, tempted by the flesh, and that his character held the same capacities for weakness of the flesh to the secular world as any other man. He wouldn't be much of a teacher to a man if he was immune to what persuades every man towards sin. That's a very interesting point, Born again bear, and I really like it. Tobacco Valley Bear. Big Bear, here's another great week of stream. Shout out to you, Kyneton, and the Bears, your friend, Tobacco Valley Bear. Well, thank you, Tobacco Valley Bear. And here comes the Jew, Toronto Jew Bear. On Yom Kippur, we afflict ourselves with a 26-hour total fast, not even water. Whoa.
Just to let you know, the Toronto Jew Bear is the head of the Bertaria Intelligence Group, which is the organization within this cult that Owen Benjamin has admitted to using to intimidate and extort information in order to use in his smear campaigns towards the people that disagree with him.
All-day prayer to earn atonement for our sins. The final hours of prayer reach a crescendo, and it is quite spiritual and beautiful. Funniest part is the start when all the Iris bid in a live auction to have an honored role in the ceremonies. That does sound nice. I'm glad you had a good time, Toronto Jew Bear, and I hope the chicken you beat to death for your sins deserved it and tasted delicious.
See, that's the bit that he stole from Ari Shafir. Whenever I noticed, and it's on camera, it's actually on the Tower Gangs podcast with Owen Benjamin. Somebody asked him if he saw the Ari Shafir special Jew, and he said no. And at least one other member of the Tower Gang said that they had seen it, so they know. Because I'd only watched it once, and it was months before this, and it was a bit that I remembered. And so Owen said no, and then towards the end of the podcast, he told one of the stories, one of the main stories, one of the main bits that Ari did. He did a really piss poor job at it, but he still stole it.
Vegas to Faith. Hey, Big Bear, this will help also love your show as a drive my semi. Search online real quick. Philippians chapter 2, verse 6 to 9. It will answer your questions once and for all about all the church scenes. Just sit down. Haha. I won't be doing any Googling right now and getting deep into religion, Vegas to Faith, but I do appreciate the super chat and the information that other people can go check out, as I'm about to talk about Squirt a Stone, because people like it. They think it's hilarious. Bill Hutchins, paying the gay away because I'm Canadian. Smart. And even though I have a wife and 3 kids, just need to be sure after the Alfalfa Squirtaria event. Yeah, he's going to start a civilization called Squirtardia. Forkball Bear. I'm a car salesman in Jersey and would definitely recommend a Nissan Passenger van. Very drivable, and you can seat 12. You could convert to a 4x4 fairly easily, and the V8 endurance engine is very reliable. You have a friend with one of those, and it is nice. It would require conversion, though, because they just got a Pathfinder or something because it gets stuck in the snow a lot. They're very top-heavy. But I've always loved vans. They're also a little out of my price range. I'm not scared. I'm not scared to admit I'm no squirted stone when it comes to money. If the price tag didn't start with a 1 or a 2, I couldn't do it. So
If the price tag didn't start with a 1 or a 2, so 100,000, 200,000, 1 million, 2 million, I don't understand that statement. But notice how many grown men are saying, "Hey, I'm paying you to pay my gay away." That's his business model. He's told you that clearly. Yeah.
Oh, I know what I really like is those Mercedes vans. Love those. And I looked at the price, and they're like $100,000. And so I don't know if it's been foolish or great that I've committed to a no usury life in America in 2023. Sometimes I think it's fucking retarded that I've made this choice in my life, but I did it, and I like to stick with things. And so not being able to take out a car loan really limited my options. No, don't get me wrong. I was dreaming about all kinds of shit. Sprinter vans have a nice tall cabinet. Sprinter vans are the best. Yeah, I mean, I could get one with like 160,000 miles on it, or they would get stuck in the snow. I mean, listen, I did some serious thinking about it, and I'm not here to fight with anyone. Okay, let's talk about old Squirtus real quick.
The fact that would even turn it, and I'm not here to fight with anyone, because it has to be a fight. Whenever you're a cult leader, whenever you're a dangerous predatorial cult leader who has to maintain authority over any kind of situation, any kind of conversation that where he could learn something will turn into a fight.
Don't worry, it's funny. Turns out he's a lot more of a legend than anyone wanted to admit. Reddit just squared themselves into seizures when Big Bear said Mercedes. Oh yeah, no, again, merch is crushing. The racism shirt not selling very many, which I predicted. I think we crossed the line into ridiculous. So, but that one shirt, the early years of NASA is crushing. I have a 2006 Mercury Montego with 267,000 on it.
My theory is the reason why that early years of NASA shirt is crushing is because a whole lot of the current bears right now are neo-Nazis. They are racist. That's my thought process on that. It's got the double lightning bolt S's on there. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I say that they are dangerous predatorial. They're a dangerous predatorial cult. It's because they genuinely are racist.
Hoping and expecting and wishing that the Suburban we just bought will get like 300,000 miles on it. And I'm prepared for a new tranny. No, not the spokesman for Bud Light. And I think trannies are between $2,500 and $4,500. I'm prepared. And possibly even a new engine. But I'm going to 300. I'm fucking taking it all the way. I'm going to drive this thing into the ground. But my wife is so happy with it because she gets to because she's with all the kids all day, every day. And so with 4 kids and 3 of which are in literal like seats.
Why would she be with the kids all day, every day? He does 3-hour live streams. And then what does he do? There's 21 other hours of the day. That reminds me of the story that he told whenever he said that because this is his job, right? So he sits in front of a camera all day talking. Whenever one of his kids were teething, he would make her, who has to take care of the kids all day, every day, sleep with the maintain the teething child while he slept in another room so he could get 8 hours. And this, he didn't say so he could run the farm or anything else other than I've got to be witty for my live streams. One would argue that taking care of the children is more important than a 3-hour live stream. That is arguably not witty nor funny.
Like astronaut chairs. Getting groceries and having a stroller and all that shit. Now that she can fit all of it in the back, she's...
I'm not saying that he should have taken care of the kid the whole time, but every once in a while, just once a week possibly, just a little, hey babe, I appreciate what you're doing. You go get yourself a good 12-hour sleep and I'll take care of this.
Noticeably very, very happy. And that makes me happy. There are axle issues in those sometimes too. I don't know what you're referring to, Persian Jew. You're just running around. You're still so high off Yom Kippur and all the praying, 26 hours, no water. You beat a chicken to death because you jerk off. You're just running around.
Yeah, so another one. Verbal pornography. That's it.
Just fucking talking shit. But anyway, merch for bears. Merch, MERCH, for bears.com. Go ahead. Everybody on the team is very excited. They feel like their time has been rewarded.
I wonder what other websites are very close to merch for bears. He knows what he's doing. He has to know what he's doing. But there's like a March for Bears. That's the only thing that came to mind. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Merch for Bears. He knows what he's doing.
With great prosperity, and I appreciate you guys. Okay, so I did some research on old Squirtus, and it turns out the guy's a fucking legend. Check this out. For those of you that don't know Curtis Stone, it turns out he's a fucking legend. This guy posted, "Shit, Holmes, I heard you roll with Curtis. Respect." Apparently he's big in the Latino crime syndicate. And I did some more diving. Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, "If you want to ascend to true manhood, do what I did and take the advice of my longtime mentor, Curtis Stone." Dude is not playing around.
What's going on with these? he first of all launched the Jort whatever, once again an homage to the Made by Jim Bob show, Jim Bob. Anything with jorts. It was such a direct hit to the kingdom of Bertaria. He just cannot stop giving him credit for it. Because if he stopped mentioning the Jort Wars or the Made by Jim Bob show or Jim Bob, then people, the new people, wouldn't already be indoctrinated that they should already hate him, because it would come up just by doing casual research. But I'm just curious, what are some of y'all's thoughts as to why he is doing these? Like, if you want to ascend to true manhood, do what I did and take the advice of my long time mentor, Curtis Stone. I understand it's a form of trolling, but this isn't usually his style. His style is usually far more perverse and vulgar and disgusting. And so maybe he's just switching it up just to appear not to be as disgusting and vulgar, possibly.
Holy shit! Is that Curtis Stone over there? Says actor and legend Chuck Norris.
It's one of the best Chuck Norris jokes, and I've said this before. How many push-ups can Chuck Norris do? All of them. This is the Texas Goat Radio Show, and I'm your host, Victorious. As always, till next time. If you haven't, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you want to... Okay. If you want to support the channel, the Texas Goat Radio Show on Patreon, and Motorius on Cash App, MOTWARIS. But I appreciate it. As always, till next time.